Hi all. Today's video we are going to talk about basics overview of SAP and the history of SAP. So SAP, which started 1972 by the 5 IBM employees. So this its SAP means system application and product in data processing. So this is the overview. Then SAP is having 3-level releases, means R1, R2, R3. Then final release will be Business Suite 7. So R stands for real time data processing. So 3 stands for 3-tier architecture, means we will see in the next slide. So here we can see that tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So R1 will be the single server. It will have only single server. Within the server, presentation layer, application layer and the database layer will be installed in the same layer, single server. Okay. Then the R2, the release, second release will be, there will be 2 server. Server 1 will having presentation layer and the server 2 will having application layer and the database layer. So this is a 2-tier architecture. Then we'll go for level 3 or 3. So here each and every layer will have individual server. So server 1 will be presentation layer, server 2 will be application layer, server 3 will be database layer. So this is a 3-tier architecture. Okay, what is the presentation layer? What is meant by presentation layer? Presentation server contains system capable of providing a graphical interface. So it will be end user will use the presentation layer. So we can say that SAP user interaction purpose we use GUI. GUI means graphical user interface. For example, we'll use desktop, mobile devices, laptops. So the front end screen will be presentation layer, so display. Then application layer. Application server includes specialization system with multiple CPUs and the vast amount of RAM. So application layer is also known as kernel layer and basics layer. So SAP application program are executed in the application layer. So whatever the program which SAP R, it's already standard program is there, it will be run in the application layer. So its application layer serves as a purpose of a communicator between presentation and database layer. It will be one of the communicator to communicate whatever the command end user giving in the presentation layer. Those command, based on the command, the application layer will perform and get the data from the database layer. It will communicate to database layer, and then database layer will pull the data and give it to the it will display in the presentation layer. That's the usage of application layer. Okay. Then database layer. Database server contains specialized system with fast and large hard drive. So database layer stores the data. Whatever the data will be having its business data or transaction data or master data, whatever the data which we are having in the system, those all are will be saved in the database layer. So it will have the tables, so standard tables, SAP tables like that. Example, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, IBM DB2, like that, etc. Then here we can see what is ERP. Enterprise Resource Planning. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. Is used for software that control or integrating whole organization's different departments. So that is meant by in the in particular company multiple departments will be there. For accounting, there will be a separate department. For procurement, there will be a separate department. Yeah, project management, there will be a separate department. Like that, so many departments are there. This ERP will be used for integrating all the other departments in single umbrella, in single chain. So that's the reason ERP will be used in this software. Okay, then we'll see the landscape of SAP. So basically, SAP landscape will be development server, then quality server, then production server. Okay, development server, before development server, there will be a sandbox. It's a section where all the system related work takes place. Before executing the changes, before starting the configuration, we'll do the configuration in the sandbox, then we'll get the business sign off. Once everything is okay, then we'll after getting the sign off from the business, we'll start the customization in the customization client development server. Once the configuration completed in the development system, there will be one more client will be there for testing purpose. This is the development server. Then quality server. Yeah, it's the corporate team members and other employee keep on testing. Means UAT, whatever the customization or configuration we have did in the development server, there we will test for functional unit testing. Here in the quality server, here the business user, they will test for user acknowledgement testing. So UAT, we will provide the scenarios for whatever the real-time scenarios with the copy of that. Yeah, will the copy of will give a testing in the quality server. Once the testing everything is successful, then we will move the changes to transport changes to production server. So production will be there will be pre-production also will be there. So only we can use the production server. Once everything is fine in the quality server, we'll move the transport changes to production server. So there actually live data will be processed over there. Then list of SAP models which will be having in the SAP. Here if we see the screen, yeah, for financial accounting there will be a general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, asset accounting, bank ledger, special purpose ledger, travel management, like that so many will be there. Then treasury will be there. It's a separate this one. Then real estate management, then SAP EC, enterprise controlling, investment management, project system. Those are different models. Then controlling, here we'll get the cost or the product cost, profit center accounting. Then logistics, coming to the logistics, material management will be a main key of the logistics, and sales and distribution, production planning and control, quality management, logistics general, plant maintenance, logistics execution, customer service, and EHS, and SRM, and product lifecycle management. These are the models. Coming to the SCM, supply chain management. Yeah, here supply chain management is there. Then advanced planning and optimization is there. Then HR model is there. Yeah. Cross application model. Yeah, here SAP workflow is there. Business warehouse is there. Then CRM, customer relationship management, enterprise content management, SAP manufacturing integration and the intelligence. These are the models, class application models. Then the technical models, SAP NetWeaver and solution manager and enterprise portal and process integration. So these are For NetWeaver basically for SAP basis. So these are the models which will be having in that SAP. Then apart from the industry model, so here automatic healthcare medicine. So based on the industry, we'll be having so many subdivisions in that model. So if you see the screen, you can have the details. So then SAP organizational structure or enterprise structure. Yeah, here the top level it's client, then company code, then plant, then storage location, then purchase organization, then purchase group. So these are the structure which we having for So for client is the highest level in the organization structure. So it's the topmost level. So it's independent with having their own master data and can pull reports of all the company codes under that client. So in single client, we'll have multiple company codes. So other master data maintained in the client level is valid for the level in the organization structure. Then the company code. Company code is maintained under the client. So their company code is independent accounting unit in the entire organization structure, where all the profit loss and the balance sheet account has been maintained by the company code. For example, let's think for one country equal to one company code. If the client would like to know the profit loss account for the one country, example India, then they can pull the reports within few minutes. You can have a exact data of profit loss balance sheet based on the company code. So in that company code, under one client, we can have multiple company code. So that we when telling that we can have n number of company codes under one client as per the business requirement. Then coming to the plant is an organization unit within the company code, where all the production activities make finished goods available in the plant for the sales purpose. All the logistics will be taken place in the plant, and even warehouse activities will be taken care. So whatever the material, every material valuation will be takes place at the plant level only. Under one company code, we have n number of plant as per the requirement. So in the plant, we can have multiple plant in a single company code based on the business requirement. Then whatever the material movements will be happening in the plant level only. So we can store material movement will be happen in the plant level only. Yeah, that's it. Then storage location. Storage location is the place where stock gets separated. So where we can have many type of stock in the plant, and we need to separate the stock as per their nature, like raw material, packing materials, semi-finished goods, finished goods. Like that, so many type of material is there, like asset, non-valuated material. So many type of material is there. So each material type based on the material will be segregating the stock in the storage location. A storage location will be used to maintain the stock physically. So in single plant, under one plant, we can have n number of storage locations. And purchase organization. Purchase organization is part of hierarchy where they will be responsible for purchasing activities in the respective plant or company. So here three types of purchase organization will be used in the SAP system. Centralized purchasing, company code specific purchasing, then plant specific purchasing. So purchasing organization is not assigned to any company code. Procured for all company codes belong to different clients. It's called as centralized purchasing. If the purchasing organization is assigned to a company code only, the plan belonging to the company code can purchase through its purchase organization. It's called as company specific purchasing. If the purchase organization is assigned to a plant, only the specific plant can purchase through this purchase organization. It's called as plant specific purchase organization. Normally, we used to have company specific purchasing organization because one company equal to one purchase organization. It will be very useful to get the data or maintaining the info record, the master data. So it's very useful. So we can have purchase organization, company code wise. Then purchasing group. Purchasing group is an independent entity where it's explained the responsible buyer or responsible group of buyer for those materials. Means it will be based on the purchase group, the purchasing is purchase order data we can get it based on the who is the buyer for this purchase order. Based on the buyer if we are running on purchasing group, we'll get the list of purchase order who is responsible for the particular buyer or group of buyers. So we can manage this in MM01. There was no assignment for the purchasing group on person will be defined the purchase group. So it's a independent entity. So this architecture. Then screen navigation. Once log into the SAP screen, the screen looks like this only. So here left side you can see that in the first you can see the menu bar. Where we can see menu, edit, favorites, extras, system, help. Those things will come under menu bar. Then second will be command field where we can enter the transaction code to execute the particular program or something or transaction. There we have to enter the transaction code. That is the command field. After the command field, whatever the icon is coming, those are standard toolbar. Those are the tools, shortcut tools that we will be using in the SAP screen. Those are standard toolbar. Then below here we can see SAP Easy Access. It was okay. If we that is title bar. If we are running on transaction, for example ME21M, which is used to create the purchase order. So if we are running the transaction code, here the title bar will get changes. Create purchase order screen, like that it will get display. That is the title bar. Based on the command transaction code, title bar will get changed. Then next panel will be application toolbar. So these are the one of the toolbar like standard toolbar, the application toolbar. So whatever the icon is here is those are application tools. Then if you want to add anything in the transaction code, means need to add any particular transaction code to the favorites, then we can add it here. If we are adding here, we no need to type in the command field. We can directly double click on the favorite. We can have the based on the transaction code, we will get the screen, related screen, so we can perform accordingly. Then basic procurement process. In the first of all we have requisition, means purchase requisition, then purchase order. Based on the purchase order, once vendor is applied the material with the invoice copy, we'll do the goods receipt or invoice receipt, goods receipt. Once the goods receipt is done, we will need to do vendor payment. It's invoice verification. So once the invoice verification completed, basic procurement process will be completed in the side. So purchase requisition. It is the phase in which the purchasing department is informed about the requirement of item or services. A requisition is an internal document. So here whatever the material is needed or any services is needed, it's an internal document generally generated in the SAP system. They manually communicated to the purchase department. Based on that item, purchase team they will route to the particular vendor and get the material. This is the process. Transaction code for this, for creation, PR creation, ME51N is the transaction code. For PR change, ME52N is the transaction code. For PR display, ME53N is the transaction code. For release the PR, ME54N is the transaction code. Okay. Once PR is created and it's released, then it will go to the purchase order. It is the phase when an order is created from the requisition, it's approved and assigned to the supplier. So once PR is received from the planning team, we create a purchase order in the system based on the vendor. Means based on the material, we will assign the particular vendor. So for here, for PO creation, ME21N is the transaction code. For PO change, ME22N is the transaction code. For PO display, ME23N is the transaction code. To release the PO, there is ME28 is the transaction code to release the PO. Once the PO is released, then vendor is supplied the material. Once the PO is released, automatically some workflow is there. Based on the workflow, automatically mail will trigger to the particular vendor, or some places they will communicate manually. So that's based on the business requirement. So once the vendor is supplied the material along with the invoice, we'll book it in the system with the MIGO transaction code. When we are entering the MIGO transaction code, we'll book it in the system with the invoice number and the invoice date. So in the way, material is received by the company and its condition and the quality are being inspected. This phase, an invoice is ready from the received from the vendor. This is it. Once GRN is completed, goods receipt means GRN. Once goods receipt, no. Once GRN is completed, in SAP we will be having two documents. One will be material document, another one will be accounting document. Once the document is generated, once the document is generated, we can check it in the MIGO transaction code by giving display icon, display option. Okay. In that material document, we will be having the movement type and the material and the quantity, the unit of measurement, where it's transferred from which store location, it's inverted, like that we will get it in that material document. In the accounting document, we will having the general ledger. The stock account will be for goods receipt 101 against the purchase order. Movement type will be 101. The accounting entry will be stock account will get debited, GRIR will get credited. GRIR means it's an intermediate account where instead of giving payment to the vendor, we are keeping the amount into GRIR account, because if we are not keeping the amount in GRIR, we don't have track to, we don't have open invoices, the track we don't have it. So we will be keeping internally SAP suggested GRIR will be generated at the time of the whatever amount we need to give to the vendor, that will be transferred to GRIR account in the MIGO stage. Okay. After that, once the invoice verification part is coming, in this phase, in which vendor is paid from the company in the reconciliation of the invoice, the PO is accomplished, which means the invoice is completed for GRN is completed. then the stock account will be debited and the GRIR will be credited in the MEGO side. Once the GRIR having the balance of the vendor, what we have to provide to the vendor, that balance amount will be added in the GRIR account. In this phase, MARO phase, when we are doing the entry, here an accounting document will get generated once the entry is posted. At the time of here, if we need to add any tax, something we can add it here. If everything is added, for the balance, that stock account, whatever we added in that GRIR, here the entry will be GRIR account will be debited, vendor account will be credited. So this is the phase for MARO. Okay, thank you everyone. Those who are watched this video, learn much, earn money, get a job. So if you have any question, you can ask me in the comment box. So as soon as possible, I will try to reply. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your valuable time.